Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the class. We are doing the chapter Social Justice in Political Theory, and under this chapter, we have discussed that justice is to give each person his or her due. And now, what is due to each person? That is that used to change from time to time. In ancient time, at the time of Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates, it was different. The view was different regarding what is due to each and every people of the state. But and now it has changed. At present, or we can say in modern time, it is considered that what is due to each and every person is a dignified life. The state must provide a dignified life to each and every people of the country, as said by the German philosopher Immanuel Kant. It is his opinion that it is the dignity which is due to all the people of the country. And now the question is how we can live a dignified life, or what do we mean by dignity of human life? Dignity means we must have some rights. We must have freedom in our life. We must be treated equally. If we want a dignified life, then these things must be there in our life. We should not be treated treated discriminately on the basis of caste, color, gender, or economic status, or any socially produced basis. This is very much important, that we must be treated equally. If we are treated unequally, then that will be a hindrance in the path of dignified life. Likewise, we must have freedom. If we are not given freedom by the government, then we will not be able to lead a dignified life. And this is now established that what is due to each and every person of the country, the due is dignity, and how this dignity is ensured through rights and freedom and equality. And now the question is how we can answer to all the people of the country his or her due. कैसे हम सभी लोगों को उनका ड्यू दें? What are the ways? And in this regard, we have seen that the first way to give each and every person his or her due is to treating equals equally. We all are equal. We all are human beings. So we must be treated in an equal manner, and this is the reason why we see that in almost all the liberal democratic countries, the people are given so many rights, like civil rights, political rights, social rights, because all are equal and there cannot be any kind of discrimination between people, and they all are given rights. So this is treating equals equally. But when we are saying treating equals equally, it's not that everyone should be given equal rights and that's okay, that's fine. No. If we want to treat everyone equally, then there must not be discrimination on the basis of any socially produced reason, like caste, then class, then gender, color, etc. Okay? people must be rewarded according to their performance, according to their work, not according to their caste or religion or class. Everyone should be given equal reward for equal work. There should not be any kind of discrimination. So this is treating equals equally. And after this we have discussed the second method or the second way through which we can give each and every person his or her due, and that is proportionate justice. Proportionate justice, as the name suggests, justice will not be given equally. There is need of differential treatment. Why this differential treatment is required? Because there are many circumstances in which we find that if we treat all the people in an equal manner, then that will be against the concept of justice. That will cause injustice. Like I told you yesterday, this example also, that students are appearing in the examination and all the students were given equal marks because all of them are equal. All of them are belonging to the same school, all of them are appearing for the examination, so they must be given equal marks. This is not equal treatment for equals. We can't do this. We have to give them number, or we have to give them marks according to their performance. We have to give them marks according to their effort they put in their studies. So in that situation we will treat every people according to their performance. We can't give them equal marks, then there will be no utility of exams. And in the similar way we see that in our society there are many activities which are very dangerous, like mining. Mining is such an activity which involve a lot of danger, and the work of the policeman, it is also full of danger. So what we find that the jobs which require more skill and more specialized knowledge, and those jobs which are dangerous, so in that situation there should not be equal pay for equal work. We cannot give all of them equal payment because the nature of the work is different. So when the nature of the work is different, we must give those people who are involved in dangerous job, or those people whose job require a special skill. So in this way the miners, people who are involved in mining activities, they must be given more reward than what is being given to other members of the society. But this is not the situation. In our country the miners are not getting any substantial salary. This is not the method of working of the government. And in the similar way we see that the police, whose work involves so much danger, they are also getting very, we can say it's a low salary. So this is not done. So this is proportionate justice. Proportion में हमको justice करना है. We can't do it without taking into consideration any kind of thing like what skill is required, what effort has been put in by the people, what is the what danger is involved in the function or job, and how is the performance. So we have to give reward to the people according to their function. This should be proportionate. That is why it is called proportionate justice. And now we will see the third way to decide how to give each and every people his or her due. इसके लिए जो हम तीसरा रास्ता अपनाते हैं, अभी हम उसके बारे में बात करेंगे, एंड दैट इज रिकॉग्निशन ऑफ स्पेशल नीड्स. So now we will discuss this point. A third principle of justice which we recognize is for a society to take into account special needs of people while distributing rewards or duties. When the society is distributing rewards or it is assigning duties to all the members of the society, it must take into consideration the special needs of the people. It means that the reward which is to be given to the people, that must be given according to the special needs of the people, and the duties which the society is going to assign to the people, that also must be given according to the special needs of the people. We cannot ignore the special needs of the people. That will go against the principle of justice. And if we ignore the special needs of the people, then it means that we are not the society. We means society. The society is not giving each and every person his or her due. The persons who need special attention, they must be given that attention. They must be rewarded according to his or her special needs. That is the concept of justice. This would be considered a way of promoting social justice, isn't it? Through this recognition of special needs, we can promote social justice. We can bring justice in our society. In terms of their basic status and rights as member of the society, justice may require that people be treated equally. Because we see that all people are the member of the society, and justice means that all the people should be treated equally, and that is why all the people have been given same rights, and all the people have equal status. There is no one is above others. All are equal in the eyes of the law. So these things have been adopted for bringing justice in the society. But even non-discrimination between people and rewarding them proportionately to their efforts might not be enough to ensure that people enjoy equality in other aspects of their lives in society, nor that the society as a whole is just. So what we see that when the society is not discriminating between people, the polity, the economy, and in any sphere of life, there is no discrimination. Everyone is treated equally, and all people are rewarded proportionately. Means if some people's job require more effort, or it require more skill, or it involves danger, then in that case they are given reward according to the nature of their work. वो ज़्यादा उनको रिवार्ड दिया जा रहा है. प्रोपोर्शनेट जस्टिस भी हमने इस्टेब्लिश कर दी. पहला तो हमने इक्वालिटी फॉर इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट फॉर इक्वल्स, है ना. जो भी इक्वल्स हैं उनके साथ हम इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट कर रहे हैं. हमने सबको इक्वल राइट्स दे दिया, हमने सबको डिस्क्रिमिनेशन को हमने एंड कर दिया, और हमने प्रोपोर्शनल जस्टिस के कॉन्सेप्ट को भी अडॉप्ट कर लिया है, अंडर विच वी आर रिवार्डिंग people according to the nature of their work. If the nature of the work involves more danger, if the nature of the work requires more effort, or if the nature of the work requires more skill, then in that case the person who is doing all these kind of functions, they must be given more reward. So we have adopted this also. We means society or the government. Okay, तो जो गवर्नमेंट ने इसको अडॉप्ट कर लिया, लेकिन फिर भी इन स्पाइट ऑफ these two things, equality, equal treatment for equals and proportionate justice, what we find there will be lack of justice in society. Might not be enough to ensure that people enjoy equality in other aspects of their lives in society, nor that the society as a whole is just. So ये जो दो हमने रास्ते अपनाए कि इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट, इक्वालिटी विथ इक्वल्स और इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट विथ इक्वल्स एंड प्रोपोर्शनेट जस्टिस, इन दोनों को अडॉप्ट करने के बाद भी देयर विल बी लैक ऑफ जस्टिस इन सोसाइटी. So these two are not enough. We need to go beyond these two methods or these two ways. We need to go beyond that. And what is that? That is recognition of special needs. The principle of taking account of the special needs of people does not necessarily contradict the principle of equal treatment, so much as extend it, because the principle of treating equals equally could imply that people who are not equal in certain important respect could be treated differently. So when we consider the special needs of the people, it does not mean that this consideration of special needs of the people goes against the equal treatment for equals. This special needs, consideration of a special need does not go against the equal treatment for equals, but we can say that in the concept of equal treatment for equals, उसी concept में हम देखते हैं कि ये special needs जो है वो छिपा हुआ है. How? The concept is कि the equals should be treated equally, equal treatment for equals. Okay, I am writing down so that it become clear then. Okay, equal treatment for equals. So equal treatment for equals. Think logically. Now we are doing unequal treatment for unequals. Those who are not equal must not be treated equally. Because if we are saying, अगर इसको हम लोग logically सोचें, just logical thinking, कि equals should be treated equally, then unequals should be treated unequally. तो उसी में ये छिपा हुआ है. Unequal means there are some people who have some special needs, so those people need to be treated unequally. तो इसी equal treatment for equals में ही हम देख रहे हैं कि ये जो special need वाली बात आ रही है, that is within that principle only, है ना? Equal treatment for equals, unequal treatment for unequals. Okay? People with special needs or disabilities could be considered unequal in some particular respect and deserving of special help. We see that there are many people who are physically disabled. Such people, we will see that not always, but in some respect, in a particular respect, they may be considered special. They may need some special help, without which they will not be able to work. तो ये जो स्पेशल नीड अराइज हो रही है बिकॉज ऑफ डिसेबिलिटी, उसके कारण दे मस्ट बी गिवन दिस unequal treatment. But it is not always easy to get agreement regarding which inequalities of people should be recognized for providing them special help. Now the question is, ठीक है, there must be recognition of a special need. Okay, we must recognize that there is need of a special, there is a requirement of giving consideration to special needs of the people. But there is disagreement on this issue कि किस बेसिस पे हम ये डिसाइड करें कि किसी पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप को स्पेशल नीड की ज़रूरत है या नहीं, ऑन व्हाट बेसिस. फिर वही बात आ रही है, कास्ट के बेसिस पे हम इसको डिसाइड करें या इकोनॉमिक स्टेटस के बेसिस पे डिसाइड करें. कौन सा वो बेसिस होगा जिस पे हम इस चीज़ को डिसाइड करेंगे कि वो जो ग्रुप है उसको स्पेशल नीड की ज़रूरत है या नहीं. ठीक है, तो दिस इज़ द प्रॉब्लम, दिस इज़ द एरिया ऑफ कंट्रोवर्सी, जिसमें कि हर कंट्री के अंदर इट कॉजेज अ लॉट ऑफ कंट्रोवर्सी. It is not always easy to get agreement regarding which inequalities of people should be recognized for providing them special help. Physical disability, age, or lack of access to good education or health care are some of the factors which are considered ground for special treatment in many countries. In many countries, these grounds has been accepted as basis for a special treatment. Like if there is physical disability, then they must be given some special treatment. Likewise, if the age, the old age people, they must be given some special treatment. Then if a group of people were not able to access education or health service, then also they must be given a special need. So these are the basis on which a special need is considered important. It is believed that if people who enjoy very different standard of living and opportunities are treated equally in all respect with those who have been deprived of even the basic minimum needs to live a healthy and productive life. So what we see that if in a society all people are treated equally, then in that situation what will happen, that there will be some people who have all the luxuries of life, who are living a very easy and comfortable life, they have all the facilities in their life, and on the other hand there is another group of people who are even not able to fulfill the basic needs of their life, and these both groups are treated equally by the government. So in that situation we cannot think that the society can be just. How can the society be just when both the groups are treated equally? And we see that the condition of both the groups are completely different. One is living a luxurious life, the other is not able to fulfill the basic needs of the life. So this will never lead to establishment of an egalitarian society. That is not possible. And in that situation, what is required in order to establish an egalitarian society? The requirement is this recognition of a special need. The government must understand that the group which is not able to fulfill the basic needs of their life, they need special attention. They have some special needs, and the state must recognize these needs, and not only recognize, but the state must act in order to fulfill these special needs of these groups. So we see that it is believed that if people who enjoy very different standard of living and opportunities are treated equally in all respect with those who have been deprived of even the basic minimum needs to live a healthy and productive life, the result is likely to be an unequal society and not an egalitarian and just one. In our country, lack of access to good health, good education or health care and other such facilities is often found combined with social discrimination on grounds of caste. So as I told you, if you see the data of poverty, you will find that the percentage of poor people is maximum in the group of scheduled caste, and then in the group of scheduled tribes, and then in the group of scheduled caste. So this is the condition. तो जो poor है in our country, that उस poor का जो maximum number of people है वो किसको belong करते हैं? They belong to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. So they are उनको दोनों तरफ से वो दोहरी मार जिसको हम कह सकते हैं, these groups are very vulnerable. उनको दोनों तरफ से झेलना पड़ रहा है. एक तरफ तो they don't have any access to good education and good health system, and what we find that other than this they are not accepted in the society. The society is discriminating against them, because still even after 70 years of independence we feel we experience caste prejudice is there in the mind of the people. They are prejudiced against these so-called lower caste of the society. So this is the problem the people belonging to SC and ST are facing. On the one hand, they are facing the economic problem, they are facing the poverty, and on the other hand, they are facing the social inequalities. So in this situation, what is the need in order to establish a just and egalitarian society? The need is to give them some special help. इस तरह के जो ग्रुप हैं उनको हमें स्पेशल हेल्प देना होगा, तभी सोसाइटी के अंदर जस्ट सोसाइटी जो है वो इस्टेब्लिश हो पाएगी. The Constitution therefore allowed for reservation of government jobs and quotas for admission to educational institute for people belonging to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So in order to pay attention to the special needs of these groups, the government has our constitution, not the government, our constitution has adopted this policy of reservation, under which we see that there are seats which are reserved in seats in government jobs which are reserved for the people of SC and ST, and not only this, the seats in the higher educational institutes are also reserved for, some seats are also reserved for SC and STs. So this is the special need. The government understood that this group has some special need and they must give them some special attention, and that was reservation policy. We have discussed this reservation policy in the previous class in very detail, so we don't need to go back to that discussion. Okay. Now we see that our discussion of different principle of justice has indicated that the government might sometimes find it difficult to harmonize the three principles of justice which have been discussed. So if we want to establish an egalitarian and just society, what is required? We can't go for a single principle that we should treat equally the equals, or we should go for proportionate justice, or we should go for this special need. No, what is required on the part of the government, that there must be combination of all these three methods in order to establish the a just and egalitarian society. So we will continue our discussion on this matter in the next class.